Continuing a trend of economic unpredictability, consumer prices in the United States rose by 3.1% in the year up until November, marking a slight acceleration from the previous month. However, a core index closely tracked by economists remained largely unchanged, retaining the same rate as the previous month. These figures arrive ahead of a highly anticipated meeting of the Federal Reserve, where potential shifts in monetary policy will be discussed. Notably, November's inflation figures align with projections made by financial economists, who predicted a gradual rise due to elevated energy prices and supply chain disruptions, exacerbated by the lingering global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Notwithstanding these factors, major price indexes have held steady, a positive sign amid economic uncertainty. The Federal Reserve uses the Core Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, PCE, as its preferred inflation measure, which excludes volatile food and energy components. November's PCE increased by 3.1% from a year earlier, tracking along the same path as the previous month. This news release holds significant implications for the nation's economic stability ahead of a critical Federal Reserve meeting. The Fed, which completed a year-long framework review last August, aims to achieve inflation that averages 2% over time, a figure lower than the current report demonstrates. This steady rise in the inflation rate could influence the Federal Reserve's decision in relation to interest rates, considered a substantial tool in controlling price stability and aggregate demand in the economy. In layman's terms, if inflation rates remain high above the 2% target, the Federal Reserve may be compelled to increase interest rates to dampen spending and slow down the economy. Conversely, if inflation is too low or negative, deflation, it might induce the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates to stimulate economic activity. The relevance of this news today concerns every participant in the economy. Fluctuations in consumer prices impact everyone, from consumers dealing with rising living costs to businesses grappling with increasing operation expenses. Decisions made at the Federal Reserve's meeting will reverberate throughout financial markets, in potentially affecting mortgage rates, loans, and savings interest rates nationwide. As we wait for the forthcoming Fed's decision, it is clear that the nation's financial health in the long run partially hinges on how effectively the Federal Reserve responds to these inflation figures. Economists and market spectators will be keeping a close watch on the December Federal Reserve meeting, tracking potential policy shifts that could play a significant role in the economic roadmap for 2022 and beyond.